If you're a builder on Roblox, you cannot ignore how powerful plugins are. Today, I'll show you guys all the plugins I use on a daily basis to literally x1000 my workflow. Now, guys, if this is the first video you're ever seeing of your boy, I'm a Roblox builder, pretty much low poly only, but I've been experimenting a little bit. Anyways, here is all of the plugins that I use pretty much on a daily basis. As you can see, they all just take up one slot. I'm not scrolling forever because before this video, I cleaned them out. As you can see, there's a ton of plugins that I just have turned off, and that's because I don't think they were too important to have. But now I'll show you guys the best plugins in my opinion, and the ones that definitely help me the most. First off, we're gonna start with these right here, Mesh to Terrain. This lets you take any mesh from Blender and then turn it to terrain, either Roblox terrain or triangle terrain, which is pretty cool. All right, guys, so right here we have an egg mesh. We're gonna make 3 of these. So we'll just do 1, 2, and 3. The first one we're gonna change to terrain. So we're just gonna click on the terrain thing, and let's go ahead and pick cracked lava. And then generate. And as you can see, that's okay, that Roblox terrain works in like a 2 scale. So I think if we make this bigger, that should fix that issue, because terrain is a bit weird. Terrain, cracked lava, generate. And as you can see, now we have sort of an egg-shaped terrain. Let's Control Z that. We'll just delete there. And then the other part of this plugin is to wedges. So I'll make it bigger once again, just to make it easier on the plugin. And then click wedges. And as you can see, now we have all wedges instead of a mesh. Keep in mind, this also does not delete your original mesh. If we move this to the side, we still have the original mesh. So that plugin is super, super cool, especially the terrain part. Say you make a skull or something, put it on the side of a mountain, make it terrain, and then you have a skull made out of terrain. Just a very cool plugin. Up next, we have Magic Wand. This tool itself, man, look at this. Let's do parts, and let's make them super thin, right? Something that we wouldn't want to click on. All right, guys, so we have all of these parts, okay? So many little parts. As you can see, there's just a ton of parts, and if I wanted to color all of these, it'd be easy for this because I could just click and drag, but if they were on a build, you would have to alt-click each and every part, and that, man, that just sucks. If you grab the magic wand right here and then click, it automatically selects all parts that are connected to each other. You can set any of these as well. If you only wanted it to grab colors, you could uncheck all of these. Only material, name, visible, include touching. If you don't want them touching, say you have, I don't know, let's say you have just these and none of them are touching, you can grab this magic wand and then set this, let's say, to 5 studs, set. And now if we click this, it still grabs all of them. Definitely a time saver for more detailed builds because this is like a ton of parts right here. So guys, Magic Wand is the second plugin on the list. Up next, something sort of similar to Magic Wand. This is a tool carried over from Blender. It's called Circle Select and Rectangle Select. It's just like the Blender one. You can click and drag to select stuff, and then you can shift and click drag to deselect stuff. So as you can see, now we don't have those and we do have these. Just another quick selection tool. Depending on what I'm building, this helps so much. I guess those two are almost the same plugin. Up next, we have Part to Terrain, very similar to Mesh to Terrain, but of course this one works with Roblox parts. So say you built, I don't know, say you built some steps like that, yeah, and then you wanted them to be terrain. Easy, Part to Terrain, let's say rock, and then you could click each of said parts, and there you go. It's now terrain made out of the parts. Pretty simple plugin, but does help a lot for certain builds. Up next, this one's huge, guys. 3D text. Activate cursor, click it down, type whatever you want. Whoa, that's awkward. I don't know why it popped that up. Anyways, you could change the color down here to whatever you want. You could change the darkness or the luminance, I believe is the proper term. And then you have all of these things to adjust however you want it to look. And you could select different fonts, which is very, very nice. This plugin, this is just a great plugin. Please like the video. Okay, I was just making sure I could still read, guys. All right, up next, we have SunMoon Dragger. This is cool. I use it mainly for thumbnails. If I'm taking a screenshot, say I'm looking this way at a build and there's some shadows, I just grab this, and you can click and drag the sun to wherever you want, and vice versa, the moon to wherever you want. If we grab the moon dragger, it's just move the moon or the sun. I think this helps a lot, mainly for thumbnails, but you know, to each their own. Up next is Asset Creator. If you are wanting to become a UGC maker or developer, let's grab an avatar. There we go. And now let's grab a random mesh out of the toolbox. All right, so we found this ball mesh. What we're gonna do is throw it where we would want it to be. We're gonna have this one as a shoulder pal, I guess, and we'll make it like blue, because why not? Now, to make an accessory on Roblox, you need to have this plugin. Click on it, and then say you wanna make an accessory or a tool. We're gonna do an accessory for this one, so boom. Click the part you want to become the accessory. I want this ball. Click the part it's aligned to, obviously the dummy, and this would be, I think, left collar? If we flip around, yeah, left collar right there. Click next, classic, next, and next. And now, as you can see, it teleports 10 studs above, and it is an accessory. As you can see, that's how it needs to be set up. And then you could go ahead and upload this if you're in the program. But definitely a dope plugin. We're gonna skip part to water for just a second to show you guys this UGC thumbnail tool. It's pretty cool. It just lets you make a thumbnail. So this is how it would look on the Roblox store right now. But let's say we wanted it to be like super small for some reason. We could zoom out or move to the side, or maybe we want it up in the top corner for, once again, some reason. You could zoom wherever you want, click accept, and that's the new thumbnail of your Roblox item. Now that we're done with the accessory talk, part to water is pretty cool. It actually came up based on one of my videos where we did the how to make the cartoon water, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I've had it ever since. So right here, we're gonna just run it part to water. The realistic one is not that cool, but the cartoon one is amazing. Just click the part, click transform, and it perfectly sets up every layer you need to make the cartoon water. This is great because it saves a bunch of steps if you don't want to remember how to do it. The coolest part about the cartoon water is it automatically foam outlines anything that you put into said water. So if we put this right here, as you can see, there's an outline around it. If we put another one in the middle, as you can see, there is an outline around it. I think this cartoon water is super sick and kind of tedious to set up sometimes. So the part to water, it just helps a lot. Up next, we have Load Character Pro, which is pretty much useless to me at this point in time. I used to use it to spawn in my avatar, but Roblox just lets you go to avatar now, rig builder, and my avatar. Very, very simple. But I guess if you wanted to spawn in somebody else's avatar, you just open it up, type in their name. I am, oh, wait, you can't do spaces. I am L, and then you can spawn R6, R-throw, or R15. Pretty simple plugin. Up next, Building Tools by F3X. You can do everything with this plugin when it comes to building. I personally like the Roblox Studio tools a little bit better, but I do use this for one specific thing right here. Let's say we want to make all three of these parts way taller, okay? If we use the Roblox tools and go to scale, it does that, which isn't exactly good. But if we use Building Tools by F3X and go to scale, we can scale all of them on the same axis. This is the main reason I use this plugin at all, and it just saves me a lot of time. There's a lot more this thing has to offer. You can anchor, you could spawn in new parts, which is the plus. You can add in images, the textures. There's a bunch of stuff you could do with this plugin, and some stuff that I don't even know about it, but definitely a good one to have if you are a builder. Up next, we have Archimedes. This is a life-saving plugin. Probably my most used plugin ever. In fact, it is the best way to make curves on a Roblox Studio. If you want to make, let's say, a road or a path that your players or cars can follow, there's no better way to do it than this. If you wanted to curve this road, you would have to duplicate the part, move it out, rotate it a little bit, and then perfectly line it back up. Let's say like this, like this. As you can see, it's not that easy. Very time consuming to get everything lined up right. But with Archimedes, check this out, guys. Boom. And now you could pick which axis. So we'll just click on these until we find the right one for us. That's good to me. And then you could play with the angle. So let's say we want this. Let's go ahead and scale this down a little bit more. And let's render just a few times. And then we can go flip axis, render a few times. And as you can see, we easily have a nice curved path or road. This plugin is incredible. Up next, we have Model Resize. Let's go ahead and group these together, scale them down. Okay, we didn't have a problem with this one, but if you bring in a mesh, there is only like certain sizes you can scale to. Like this is the height barrier that you can scale to. But if you use the model resize plugin, you can scale way taller or way bigger. Check this out. Boom. And there we go. Scaled massively. This is mainly used when you import a mesh or something, and it's just not letting you scale it as far down as you want to. This will help a lot, and it'll let you scale wherever you need to be. Up next, we have Generate Waterfall. Definitely a fun little plugin. It's just a quick way to add waterfalls to your game. Click once, then you click, and you click. Now we have a waterfall. There's some other ones. We have Cartoon. Let's go ahead and put that one on the side. And there we go. We can adjust all the parameters like upper width, lower width, speed, transparency, softness, and there is a subtle one as well. So I'll show you guys the 3 different waterfalls. In my opinion, I think Cartoon's got it for me. The realistic one, not a huge fan of it. I like subtle. That one's pretty nice too, but just a real fast way to add some flow and some water into your scene. This next one has genuinely been a lifesaver for me. Now, I've been doing a commission or a few commissions for a game called Mine Race Simulator, or it might just be Mine Race. I don't know if they added simulator, but what they do is they need like 8 tools, and then each of those 8 tools need to have like 8 color variations or 6 color variations. So this plugin, absolute mind saver. Did I say mind saver? Awesome. So check this out. Let's say we have our 5 tools here. All we have to do is duplicate those, grab this plugin, and now we can shift this, and boom, we have all different colors. We'll apply that. We will duplicate this again, and then just shift it a little more or a little less. Now we have all different colors again, and you can affect more than just colors. Obviously, hue is what switches colors around. Saturation is how bright or dull these colors are. Check this out. And then luminance is like the actual brightness of the color's brightness. If that might not make exact sense, but this plugin, definite time saver for that use right there. Easily being able to make a pack of something into multiple packs of something. Up next, we have the Geom Tools. Resize, Align, Gap Fill, and Material Flip. Wow, I didn't even know Material Flip was part of that. That's pretty cool. But Gap Fill and Resize Align are pretty much the same thing. I'll show you guys how those work real quick. Let's place 2 parts like this, and we'll duplicate those to here. So first off, we'll do Gap Fill, and what that does is fills the gap by adding in parts. So now if we look at this, we have this part, and the 3 parts that Gap Fill added. If we don't want to add in more parts, there's another one called Resize Align right here, and we'll just click on both of these, and as you can see, it resized them till they click together. Obviously, it's not going to add in any curves or anything like that because you're just resizing a part, not adding in anything else. Definitely a great plugin to have. Next is lighting settings. This one we could kind of skip over. Basically, if you have a pack like this that has all these lighting settings and properties and everything, you just click on one. Let's go apocalyptic, and then we can load in that lighting setting. This is very nice when you're just working on like random builds and you want to try a bunch of different lightings. It's nice just to have a little pack like this. Let's switch back to something a bit more bright. There we go. Very easy. All the lighting settings, just nice to have. Up next, guys, model to pixel. I don't really use this one, but it's pretty cool. And I think I would use it at some point in time. Like, it's a cool plugin. Let's go ahead, hop into the toolbox just to speed things up. Structures, and let's find something with a bit of detail. I guess we'll go with this. 9 scripts. Oh, wow, that actually does not have much details. We'll still go with it. So check this out. Any model you have, you can instantly change it into a model made of all pixels. Model doesn't have a primary part, no problem. Let's go ahead and make one. We're gonna use this as the primary part. Actually, I'm gonna just kind of do this and click a random part. There we go. So now it has a primary part and model to pixel. All right, so quick note, I don't think you can have models inside your model. So we just ungrouped everything and now it works fine. We're gonna click Pixelate and check this out, guys. Your studio is gonna get a little bit laggy and it's going to do its best to pixelate the model that you did. So check this out. Once again, I don't know if this would be a great plugin to have. It's just kind of cool. It's really cool to watch this one generate. Oh my gosh, it flipped again and I'm lagging. Oh, I want to watch it generate. As you can see, the more and more blocks it's counting up. Definitely not if you're going for optimization, but it's done now. And we have, I'm gonna go to the front because I never looked at the back. But now we have this fully made out of pixel blocks. It didn't really do the best generating this time, but definitely is a really cool plugin to have. Just like that style, I guess, or just to mess around with. Up next, we have Skyboxes. This one's really cool cool, guys. It's back to lighting. Let's go ahead and move that to the side and just get a little bit bigger of a window here. This is another super easy way just to change your lighting all in all. Let's say we want Frozen Lake Mountains. We just click and then we can apply it with or without the lighting effects. Of course, we want with, and there you go. It's just another way to have a bunch of different lightings at the click of a button. Let's go to Deep Space Purple. Yeah, that's nice. Oh my gosh, that is interesting. Up next, guys, Beveler. If you are a complete noob and don't know how to use Blender, this plugin, it literally just bevels parts. So let's just grab a part. We can click on Beveler, bevel, and there we go. It's now a part with rounded edges. Very nice and just very convenient. Last but not least, we have a little list of Robo's plugins. This is a Tycoon Kit. We can load Tycoon Kit, and this is everything that you need to make a whole Tycoon. Like, you can add anything you want: models, meshes, more buttons, change prices, game passes, anything you want to make a whole Tycoon. Quick disclaimer, this one does cost, I believe, 1,000 Robux. So that does turn a lot of people away. But 1,000 Robux to make an entire game that could possibly make you millions? It's a really nice plugin. These other ones by Robo are free. We have Add Easy Textures, which is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful plugin, and definitely one I use every single day. So let's go ahead, spawn a pardon. We'll just go to one of these, and let's say we want a texture on it. Let's say we want it to look more rocky. Add Easy Textures. We could even search if we wanted to, tag options, look by tags, and then let's do rocks or cheese. Why not? So this is a cheese looking texture. Let's say we want dart. Guys, there's just so much. And then we'll go up here. We want it on all sides, and boom. Now we have a texture on this part on every single side. It's really just great because it's a massive catalog of textures. We have all realistic, low poly, basic, and stylized textures, and it's just a sick plugin. Last but not least is Grass Fixer. The quickest way I could show this one off to you guys is literally this. So let's say we have a grass block, which we'll use one of our things from earlier. All right, so as you can see, we have this beautiful grass, and we have our road, which is sadly overtaken by grass. How could we ever fix this? Very easily, no matter how big the map is. Guys, click on the part, go to Grass Fixer, and then fix selected parts, and just watch the magic. And as you can see, it automatically deletes the grass out from under parts. I will say this little issue here is just a little unlucky. Roblox terrain works in a 2-stud by 2-stud basis, so if it clears 2 studs this way and your part was like maybe 3 studs or 2.5, you may just have to reposition the parts just a little bit. But definitely a huge time saver and a great plugin to have. Anyways, that is my daily used plugins. If this video helped you guys out and you did enjoy, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.